What's up, everybody? I'm back with a very dark video again. This one right on the heels of because at least for me, I'm only a few hours away before I can officially pay. Well, not just pay, but like actually download and get the Resident Evil Requiem downloaded for play. Excuse me. I'm going to play on my PS5, mind you. So, looking forward to that. But not too long. Like, it should be like what? Like a good 24 hours from now. About some journalist who got early playtime, I think, playing as Leon Kennedy. And he's being very, very weird about it. He's homosexual, but it's like I said, he's being very, very weird about it. Even by, well, I would say even by homosexual status. I know like quite a few homosexuals that look at this like, dude, you freaking weird. It's like, why you gotta be weird? Don't make it weird. Anyway, well, it's just people are starting to point out the hypocrisy, because how many times that people who's been enjoying the female form in certain video games like Marvel Rivals and gave us so much crap about it, but this is fine. You'll see, because this is the first time Very Dark is talking about that. But I just learned about it long before like this video was posted. So I'm pretty sure she has a lot to say. But I like, man, y'all some hypocrites. It's like the pitch perfect example of hypocrisy. Anyway, follow Very Dark on her channel. Check out my videos on my Twitch and YouTube as I stream games, react to videos, and review content. I just posted my comic book review of a Flash comic, and as well as 2 movie reviews that's up on the channel, so you can check out my in-depth analysis. But without further ado, let's hear what Vara has to say.
Video game journalists are some of the most hypocritical people on the face of this earth. One day they will complain about men wanting beautiful women in their video games, and they'll complain about objectification. But then the next day they will say, oh, I want to have a gay sex with Leon Kennedy, and I'm going to write an entire article on it, and it's perfectly fine. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I get it. I'm a woman. I like to simp for Leon Kennedy as well. He's a cutie patootie. I think that he's wonderful. I also think, though, that it's perfectly fine if men are in love with characters like Claire or Ada Wong or Lara Croft. I don't think that it's a problem.
Yeah, Ada Wong and Lara Croft, I am just, I don't say this often, but when it comes to those girls, like, yeah, step on me. It is that feeling, especially Ada. But guys like me who like women like that get penalized, often severely. But this kind of crap is flying all over the place. Yeah, because it's like, oh, he's gay, so he's one of us, so we ain't gonna let him get in trouble unless he go against the narrative. That's the only way he's letting his freak flag fly as much as possible. Let's be real.
To objectify characters because they are fictional objects. They are not real people, so it's perfectly fine to say, oh, you think that they're beautiful and you think that they're hot, and it's perfectly fine if you want to mod these characters to show a lot more skin than they do in the base game. But my problem here is, first of all, why the hell did Kotaku need to write an article about how gay they are and about how much they want Leon S. Kennedy to stick him in the behind? But second of all, their hypocrisy is off the charts. So over on Geeks and Gamers, they wrote, Kotaku gushes over hot Uncle Leon Kennedy after years of attacking men men for objectifying women. Again, I think it's perfectly fine to objectify female characters or male characters, but you need to be consistent in your stance. So gaming outlet Kotaku is facing fresh criticism after publishing an eyebrow-raising article titled Leon Scott Kennedy, I am on PrEP. Now, PrEP, if you do not know, is a preventative medication taken by HIV-negative individuals to significantly reduce their risk of contracting HIV. When used as prescribed, medical experts say it is highly effective at preventing transmission. So that's the title of their article, which is insane to me. So in the piece, Shepard did not mince words about his reaction to Leon's updated look, writing, I've played through Resident Evil Requiem twice now, and when you're playing through a game a second time with little distance between both playthroughs, you gotta take in the little moments to keep yourself from getting bored by something you just saw. For me, this meant having Leon Kennedy on low health so I could hear all the pained grunting sounds he makes as he struggles to make his way through the environment for...
Wow. Just wow. But if somebody wants Ada Wong to spit in their mouth, they're the bad guy. Wow.
reasons. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment. I played through a Resident Evil game, and when you're playing through a game a second time with little distance, you have to make yourself not bored. For me, that meant having Ada Wong on low health so I could hear her little squeaks and little groans that she makes while she struggles to make her way through the environment. See, when the genders are reversed, these people will flip out. They will say that you are sexist, they'll say you're a misogynist, they'll say that you're disgusting, you're a degenerate, you're a gooner, you're all of these things. Because it's okay when they do it, but it's not okay when you do it. The article quickly escalates in tone with him writing, Leon has been one of my formative video game crushes since 2005, when I was drawn to his fine-as-hell character design in Resident Evil 4, long before I knew I was gay. And my god, Requiem manages to effortlessly capture his sensual aura and swagger in every motion. This guy's gotta be like 45 and he's writing about...
And I was just the other day playing Marvel Rivals, and as I mentioned on my stream, like playing Elsa Bloodstone, looking at the cakes behind her, like just sitting there on her. Hopefully I didn't. Okay, I didn't accidentally hit the end stream thing. I was just mentioning on my stream the other night, like looking at like her nice little backside, and I just said like, just sit on my face, with all that, sit on my face. But I'm the gooner. But I'm the gooner. But, this guy, perfectly fine, he's gay and he's into men. Perfectly fine. Totally respect it. If he has a thing for Leon Kennedy, just like many, many women do, perfectly respect that. He's designed that way to be eye candy for the ladies and gay men. But if you're saying all that stuff about Leon Kennedy, which is fine because you're into that, then you cannot, in the same breath, get mad at guys and most women who are into very sexy ladies like Ada Wong or Emma Frost. You can't get mad at a guy who wants to rest between Emma Frost's thigh gap. You cannot get mad and talk crap about people like that, or guys specifically like that. If you're gonna pull stunts like this, it has to be equal across the board. It's like this guy didn't think when he was writing that. He think he was gonna get away with that, and no one's gonna call him out on it. It's like, dude, you're dumb.
Leon Kennedy having aura as like a 20-year-old. This is pretty cringe, in my opinion. That's what's most embarrassing is this guy felt that it was okay to write an article like this and hit publish. He continued, his reload animations, sexy. His violent kills that should make me recoil in disgust. I'm swooning. There is a embedded image that has been circulating online that's like Leon Kennedy's face and it says, fuck the police, don't mind if I do. That is the definition of this article. That should be the image that they run with for this article. Nobody wants to read about your Leon Kennedy fanfic And what's most hilarious about the situation is that these people will cry about realism. And so it's like, oh, Lara Croft doesn't need to have large boobs for you to goon to because they're unrealistic. So in this case, hey man, Leon, he's straight. He's not gonna fuck you, bro. The latest article from Kotaku, as you can see, is definitely one that is pretty ridiculous, right? And I understand that there were some females at Capcom that wanted Leon to have a very specific look. They wanted him to look more mature, but also still very attractive. I think that that is fine. I think that men would rather play as a good-looking guy instead of having to play a character that looks.
If they would have screwed up Leon Kennedy in any kind of way that isn't, I'm glad Capcom still maintained his look, because I like Leon Kennedy. He's one of my favorite. Like, it's like probably easily the top 5 favorite video game characters of all time for me. And yes, I like the way he looked, especially in all facets throughout the Resident Evil franchise. So yes, I like they maintain his look. He's got a little bit of gray starting to come in. He's a little older, definitely mature, and been through the grind. I like the look. I really like it, and I'm glad other women get to appreciate this, because obviously he's the eye candy for ladies. I like him because he's an action hero badass that I kind of look up to. So yes, I need him to look like Leon Kennedy, like he's always been. So yes, even I, who's a straight man, don't want Leon Kennedy to look like a fat slub, because I like to play as the hunky hero, like all guys do. They want to play a video game as like the hunky action hero, obviously.
Really unattractive and just really gross, like most guys want to, and that's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean you're attracted to them. It just means, hey, I like my superheroes to actually look like they could do something super, and I want my action heroes to actually look like.
I want to make sure that, like, I hope, because I haven't played it yet, but I hope that they still did not leave out any of the jokey, quippy Leon Kennedy. I need him to quip every once in a while. He has to. That part specifically, I hope is maintained. Despite him being a little older, he still has to quip. He doesn't need to be Deadpool. He has to be somewhere Spider-Man area of quippiness. Like, I like it. That was drawing me to the character.
Like they can run longer than 5 minutes in a certain situation. And of course, this has led to a lot of disgust on social media, and also people talking about their hypocrisy. Their double standard is clear as day. I actually had done a video, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, on the hypocrisy of the gamer, because in one case they had said Resident Evil 4 no longer is sexualizing its women and it's a good thing, and oh, it's not censorship because you can't look up Jill's skirt anymore. But then they talked about how, oh, we're going feral over Leon's bicep.
I remember them losing their minds by the fact that, crap. I'm blanking on her name from the main girl that you got to rescue from Resident Evil 4, the president's daughter. I forgot her doggone name. Is tip of my tongue. But there was a whole thing when the remake was coming out that they had to change up her outfit because it wouldn't look too good that as she's climbing up the ladder that you got a full view up her skirt. So they changed her outfit attire so they can avoid that drama. But you got things like this, it seems like you got to make it fair. This is, you gone too far with it now.
We know that there are a lot of feminists that have infected these different companies, and they want women to be less attractive because they are under the belief that women have to be ugly and strong or pretty and dumb. And of course, they never check themselves, so they think they can have the cake and eat it too, but men aren't even allowed to have a crumb, which is insane. But man, oh man, are they being destroyed for this on social media. Sure, it has 2.8k likes, which is a lot compared to the 311 comments and 752 reposts, but the problem is that if you actually count the likes and the interaction on these other posts, whether they're comments or reposts, yeah, Kotaku is getting cooked. Reading that gave me AIDS. I thought objectifying video game characters was bad, you dishonest hacks. That's fitting, as how your entire company is full-blown AIDS. But sexualizing video game characters is bad. Hey, it's not bad when they do it.
Oh,
gross. This is such a...
Don't get me started on Tifa. As much as people have crushed on Tifa since, like, of course, this is a bad image. This is like a, you know, like a parody of making fun of like girl bossing thing. But you know how Tifa actually looks. People like wouldn't even let you goon over Tifa Lockhart, who's honestly one of the most iconic female characters, probably next to Lara Croft, in terms of iconic female characters that looks good, looks feminine, but also a badass without having to need extra ridiculous muscles to, you know, avoid the male gaze. Oh my God, it's so dumb. It's like you gotta give everybody, including the dudes, something to ogle at in some degree.
A nasty headline. You are not serious.
They do everything they can to make sure guys don't have nothing. Not even just with video games, but movies and TV shows where you got like female characters played by very attractive actresses, and you uglify them, so guys have nothing to enjoy, because even though it's a boys brand, nothing to entice them to draw them in more. And girls definitely don't like it because it's like they like dress them in cute outfits based off female superheroes. It's like you look at like something. Look at Captain Marvel current costume compared to her War Bird. Matter of fact, I'll do it myself. Let me show you this, because I guarantee you leave it up to like women which one you want to cosplay as. There you go. Good example. As any lady, oh no, this is a better example. As any lady, would you want to cosplay like this? Or this little, like, this? This is the Captain Marvel I grew up with, Warbird. This is how she was when I grew up. Fine as hell. Not like she ain't fine, but this speaks, you know, compared to this. This is like Marvel of the day, or at least most Hollywood is today, and making sure that they don't super sexualize females, even though people who cast as them are gorgeous as hell. Can't show any cleavage. Everything's kind of like, you know, super leathered, no skin, barely any skin showing. It's very pantsuit-ish compared to thigh-high boots, which most girls love. Very inviting. Look at this. It's like, what girl don't want to dress like that? Okay, at going to Comic Cons dressed like that. Like, if I see a woman dressed like that, I want a picture with her immediately. Kudos to you, lady. Thank you. You appreciate the classics. You know, you have great taste. You know what's good. Sorry, had on a tangent here. This is a good example of what happens when you let these activists in these rooms, because God forbid, like, guys like stuff.
People, good luck with your grapefruit diet. Objectifying women.
You gotta be against men in all its facets. You're taking down the patriarchy, so you know guys can't have nothing. Let them rot in prison and prove themselves to us women, but let us women goon over the hot dudes and do like, you know, if you know those little weird fetish books that these ladies, like some of these ladies read, like the milking farm things. There's been horror stories going on in those kind of conventions based on those books, and a lot of guys who reported, you know, let's call it what it is, SA, by women who, I guess, guys who's just there to work in these cosplay things, and again, like, aggressively grabbed at by these, weirdo women. Even after years ago, when they trying to avoid certain things with female cosplayers in certain cons that had issues with certain people, who were a little too aggressive, which thankfully that was nipped in the bud. But that kind of stuff was like, I won't say it was, let it slide or anything like that. It was definitely something that was dealt with, but it's just that lots of women in those cons, I bet you, dollars to donuts, were very, very liberal, but they checked that crap at the door pretty fast when the shoe was on the other foot. When they got something they want to argue and fondle and, whatever. It's like, rice for me, none for thee.
Bad, be gay and objectify men, Kotaku front page, and social media channels. No thanks, bro. Also Kotaku, gaming's latest AI woman recycles the usual sexist tropes. Kotaku, you can't sexualize women, you misogynistic bigots. Also Kotaku, oh my god, Leon's so hot, he can be the father of my baby any day. Check this guy's hard drive. It is insane that this is what video game journalism has gotten to. I get that video game journalism has been bad for a decade, at this point even longer, but at the same time, Kotaku's, Polygons, the gamers, they continue to one-up themselves. They will promote propaganda. They will publish their own personal queer fanfics. You've got them calling out the people they need to read their trash articles, and they will sit here and call you disgusting and terrible names because you're not getting with the program, and every single time they are publicly humiliated for it. We are talking about them constantly getting destroyed on social media. I mean, they have to have an embarrassment or public humiliation kink at this point, which wouldn't be very surprising to me. But yeah, ultimately, I can't say I'm very surprised by this take. I can't say that I'm even very shocked by them publishing an article like this, because they are getting desperate for clicks, and so they do need people to go to their site. It's like any press is good press, even if it's negative press in their opinion, but nobody really respects Kotaku anymore or takes these websites seriously, and they only have themselves to blame for their sites dying. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below if you found this important and informative.
Yeah, man, it's just like, guys can't like catch a break, honestly, nowadays, because, I say this often, it's primarily centered around the Me Too era. Ever since then, it's just been like a cavalcade of, like, anything that's gotta be like male centered, anything male enjoyment, it has to be torn down to the ground. I remember the whole weird list that I think I talked about it on the channel. It was like a year ago, I think, where there was like a weird list posted up by somebody, some crazy lady who, or at least a group of surveys from women, talking about all like the male hobbies, and which one was like that gives you the ick or something like that, and lots of it that tend to give ladies the ick is something that isn't anywhere near focused on females. It's something that guys, like video games, gives some women the ick. Comics, or like hanging out with guys, or reading a book, something that gives a guy enjoyment that isn't focused on something that women cannot take advantage of in some kind of way. There isn't something like male to female. It's just guys can just relax, enjoy, like watching a sports game, ick or something like that. It's just like, anything that guys have to enjoy, there's a problem and it has to be eradicated. So this is just it's probably reached its peak a long time ago. But this part, when you look at how this gay man, who's probably like a super woke liberal, is gooning over Leon Kennedy, which is fine, but at the same time, people like him and all these little journalistic outlets shame men for the sheer fact that they look at something like Tifa Lockhart or Emma Frost or Ada Wong and say like things so innocuous, so like a nothing burger, like, oh, I want to drink Emma Frost's bathwater. They can say whatever because they are attracted to them, but that is deemed bad. But flip side, if a girl or a gay guy goes over a dude who can be as hot as all the live long day, never be an issue. They can say the most raunchiest, ratchetest thing that pops into their brain. They never held to task. But let a guy say something as small as, I want to rest my head on Ada Wong's butt, and watch and somebody, a journalist say something like that, watch him get raked through the coals by these, feminists. It's the hypocrisy too is max. But I don't know. Well, hopefully there's going to be some kind of change happening. Hopefully, because this is again, ridiculous. But let me know in the comments below, what you guys think, because this is ridiculous. So yeah, matter of fact, let me know what character you goon over, just to make it fair, have a free for all. What character do you goon over? What would you let Ada Wong do? No holds barred. Or something like, I'll let Scarlet Witch choke me out, kind of thing. No holds barred. Let your freak flag fly. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Take care.